You already know it's time for an NBA update. It's finals time and it's getting pretty interesting. But I just want to brush up on game 1 of the finals that took place in Denver. It was the Denver Nuggets versus the Miami Heat. And the Denver Nuggets, they actually took the win for that game with a total score of 104-93. It was really interesting watching Nikola Jokic dominate that game, but not even do too much in that first half. But he ultimately had a triple-double, finishing with 27 points, despite him only taking 1 shot in the first quarter. He had 10 assists in the first half, and the Nuggets led by 17, but he only took 3 total shots in that first half. The second half is when he started dominating. He started taking those shots, posting up literally anybody on the court, doing big man moves, and playing real basketball, just getting the ball in the net, keeping it simple. And I really like watching him because I feel like he has a really traditional way of playing, and he doesn't have to do any fancy moves or tricks to play basketball. He really just sticks to the fundamentals. Jamal Murray also had a great game, finishing with 26 points, and Aaron Gordon finished with 16. Tough game for Miami. Jimmy Butler wasn't the Jimmy that was as phenomenal as we've seen at his best. He finished with just 13 points, but Bam Adebayo, he really pulled through and he finished with 26 points, but that wasn't enough to win game 1. So the big questions, what happened in game 2? A big turnaround is what happened. Nuggets were leading literally the whole game. Nikola Jokic finished with 41 points. He dominated the game, and it honestly felt like you were just watching Nikola Jokic versus the Heat, because I felt like the other players weren't on his level that night. But in the fourth quarter, there was a huge turnaround, and the Miami Heat ended up winning it 111-108. Miami's top scorers were Gabe Vincent with 23 points, and Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler both finished with 21 points. So honestly, I was not expecting this win in Denver's home court. I was expecting the Denver Nuggets to win these first 2 games, but since the Miami Heat has shown that if they can play at an optimal level, they can actually be up to par with the Nuggets, if the Nuggets aren't all the way there, I'm really curious to see how that will play out in Miami. Okay, now let's talk about a Ja Morant update. As you already know, the NBA commissioner Adam Silver is, he's in charge of the NBA, and he's kind of in charge of the punishments that these players will face if they do anything that the NBA doesn't like. And Ja Morant was seen waving a gun on Instagram in his car, and I guess it was his downtime, but this isn't the first time that he's done this. He had one prior video of him waving a gun at the club. Like, why do you have to wave a gun everywhere? Like, it's hard for me to understand, but the NBA commissioner, he said that he is still coming out with a ruling for the Ja Morant case, and that will come after the finals are over. But he says the severity of the punishment is subject to a few things, like the seriousness of the matter and the player's past history. So, okay, next up, let's talk about the draft and Victor Wembanyama. He's the person everybody is talking about. He's a prospect everybody wants. He is 19 years old, from Paris, France, and he stands at 7'5". Right now he's playing in Europe, but the whole team, like everybody out there in Europe, they're really just preparing him for the NBA. He has a whole team constructed for him to approve him for the NBA. Goes farther than that though. His athletic trainers are putting in so much work to focus on his diet, lifestyle, sleep. It's pretty intense. They actually want him to sleep 10 hours a day. His agent wants him to sleep 11 hours a day, but 8 or 9 will do. They actually keep track of his sleep schedule by receiving text messages from him when he wakes up and all that. And that's all according to ESPN, but I think that really goes to show how much work is being put into this young player. So I'm just so excited to see where he gets drafted and what the future holds. Anyways, I'm really excited for game 3. Let me know what your game predictions are gonna be. Is the Miami Heat or the Denver Nuggets gonna win in Miami? And how many points is Nikola Jokic gonna have? Or how many points is Jimmy Butler gonna have? Leave it in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in Miami.